Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Late Entry. I'm your host, Double Dose, joined by my co-host, Kyle.
What's up, everybody?
Today's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. It's been a pretty quiet sports week. We had the All-Star, the All-Star embarrassment over the
Yeah, it's getting
weekend.
roasted heavy online.
Going to talk about Terrance Shannon Jr.'s jersey retirement. Planes keep falling out of the sky. Aaron Rodgers' future. Stephen A's presidential candidacy. And a segment of Lexi's lore. So, yeah, what did you think about the All-Star event?
I didn't hate the ball necessarily. I didn't hate the basketball. I thought Team Chuck was playing pretty hard between Wemby and SGA. Jokic looked like he was just kind of walking around over there. That was pretty funny. But no, I thought they played hard, and I think it's something that I wish that you could get that collective effort from everybody that Wemby and SGA were putting in that first game. And then you got Shaq's team, which is basically the 2024 Olympic team, and they could just post up anywhere and bury it. So it wasn't really that entertaining, and all the breaks and skips and ads. I mean, obviously, a lot of people have probably seen by now it was only 42 minutes of basketball and 80 minutes of commercials or something like that. So that needs to change. But yeah, we can get into what we think we want to change, or we can wait on that. Whatever you want. Double dose.
I'm trying to
What
think.
changes do you want to see?
I think there was a. I guess I don't have it. There was a breakdown of how long the whole thing was. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was
You sent
crazy.
it in our group.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel bad for Jokic, man. He was his boy is Luka, and Luka wasn't there this year, so he was a little lost without his friend. And
Looked a little lonely.
yeah, he was over there chopping it up with Kat. He was teaching Kat how to do his bullshit fucking behind the back fucking three. Did you see did you see where he was talking to Wemby in the locker room before, and Wemby was reading a book, and he was asking him, "You reading a book?" He's like, "Yeah, I read a book before every game." And Jokic was like, man was
I
so
did not see
disgusted.
that.
He missed his
That's
boy.
hilarious.
He missed his boy. I think he mentioned something about it too. Yeah, it's weird not having Luka here. We always have fun the night before the game. So,
Oh yeah, go for beers.
yeah.
Get up to 270 the night before.
Yep. And I mean, they're from a similar part in the world too, so they probably got some
Right.
stuff to talk about.
Right.
I think we had entirely too much Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Hold
Love
on.
you, Kevin.
Hold
I'll do.
on. Yeah, so I think we had entirely too much Kevin Hart. I'm a pretty big Kevin Hart fan, actually. I think that he is generally pretty funny, but it felt like they brought him in here to be the fucking show. It wasn't. It didn't feel like the All-Star game. It felt like Kevin Hart. I mean, they literally had so many times with the players standing around while Kevin's just talking shit, and I
I
don't
know.
I didn't love it.
I didn't like the SGA, him and SGA having a back and forth, and SGA looked like he was done with him at that point. By the time they were even having that argument, and then he just went and ended that game like that right after Kevin was talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's a place for comedy at that. You don't need it. Shaq and Kenny and Chuck, let them all talk their shit about their teams. Let us be entertained by that. Why did they have to try to bring in Kevin to, we love Inside the NBA. It's probably the best, in my opinion, the best talk show on any of those networks. They are hilarious. The clips that and content that they've created, I mean, yeah, they can keep me laughing forever. So I just don't think it was needed,
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I feel like the league is just trying to do anything that they can at this point to try to keep people's attention because the product hasn't been good. But I feel like they definitely fucked it up this time.
Yeah.
And I mean, you were talking about inside the NBA. It's I really like them. You were talking about, they're really good, and I think that they're funny themselves too. Stopping the fourth or the third game Yeah, the third game.
Yeah, the last game.
At 1 to 11 to do a tribute for Inside the NBA. Why did they not just do that after the fucking event? Why would you stop the game? The players were actually trying hard at that point, literally playing defense. They had scored, the other team had scored 1 point. And then they stopped it for that fucking dumbass tribute so they can give them all fucking fishing poles and shit. And then, and then the players, it's definitely seemed like it was out of joint. And some of the players talked about that too, like they weren't able to get back into a good rhythm after that. That's crazy to play, like, 10 minutes of basketball and then just stop the shit for, like, 20 minutes so that you can do that.
It'd be one thing if you played, like, a whole half of basketball or something, then you had the chance to kind of get in some sort of a groove together. You know these guys hardly practice together, you know?
Yep.
It was rough.
I really liked the way that they did, like, with the rookies, having them in there, and it was smart to have them play the OGs first, too.
They played pretty hard in that game. I mean, they kept it close.
Well, yeah, I think that you've got some players that don't have the like the luxury of being here all the time, so they wanted to go out and make a name for themselves, and so it made the OGs actually have to play because it's like it would have been so embarrassing for a group of, like you said, basically the Olympic team to lose to the rookies, so it made them actually play. I can't believe how much time they spent putting people on TV that were going to slander the product. Bro, Draymond was killing me. Why? Oh, yeah. We talked about this last week, but Draymond is just fucking irritating the shit out of me continually. I was
curious what you were gonna say. I wanted to hear this. Go ahead, cook.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, bro, the league pays for you to be on TV. I think it's the league. If not just the fact that the event itself, you've got you on TV and you have a chance to talk to America, and you spend your time just talking shit about the product. Oh, it's a stupid idea. They asked him on a scale of 1 to 10 what he thought about it, and he literally said it's 0. And he's talking about, like, oh, like, you know, it means something to be an all-star to play on Sunday. Like, they didn't earn this. They shouldn't have the opportunity to do that. The whole reason that they are doing it is because y'all didn't fucking play the last several years. If it was such a fucking important thing to be revered, then maybe y'all should have taken this shit more seriously and we wouldn't be here. Adam Silver, I don't love a lot of the shit that he did, and we'll talk about this in a second, like the stoppages and the commercials and stuff, but I mean, the fact is he's grasping at straws trying to figure out a way to keep this going, because a lot of people have talked about, like, just getting rid of the All-Star Weekend. If they don't want to play and the dunk contest is kind of sucks already, like, fuck it, let's just get rid of the whole thing. And Adam Silver's literally grasping at straws trying to throw anything at the wall to make it stick in order to make this work. And you're going to get on here after your generation of players fucked this up and shit all over it. I've just never seen a product between, like, and people have talked about this. I'm a very big fan of Inside the NBA, but people have talked about this before too, with, like, the fact that they spend so much time hating on current players. I've never seen a sport, I feel like, so much that just, like, hates itself. The pundits talk shit about the players don't play, like, and then Draymond gets on here and then talks shit about the format of it.
They're always like, my team would have beat your team. Shaq's like, you guys wouldn't have been able to hang with us. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know. I don't get that.
I would like to see people promote the sport and talk about the good things of it, not just fucking hate on it. And I guess we'll see if that happens. But, yeah, I mean, the way I kind of felt about, like, the whole All-Star weekend was, like, I don't know if you've ever listened to, like, the podcasts that do, like Reddit stories, and people ask, like, oh, am I the asshole? I feel like sometimes the verdict is everyone here sucks. That's how I felt about All-Star Weekend. Everybody here fucking sucks. The players are the reason that we're in this predicament, and the league's response to that was not good at all. I don't need to see 5 minutes of Mr. Beast on TV, although I was hyped for that kid to fucking, when he hit that shot, I was happy about that. End. Yes, but
that was cool.
Didn't need to see that. Didn't need to see, you know, Kevin Hart take a fucking 10 minutes to talk shit and make goofball jokes and stuff like that and stopping the game. I didn't need to see, the going fishing thing with the inside crew. I just wanted to see basketball. I just wanted to see some of the best players play. And I think that I did think the format worked, getting them to play a little bit harder. But I think especially with all the stoppages, first to 40 was so fast. I mean, you've got players that literally, like, if you're, like, a bench player, like, for the team, and you didn't make it to, like, the championship round, you might have played, like, 2 minutes in the whole All-Star weekend. Like, that was...
Did Ant even play?
No, so that actually brings us to the next... think so. That brings us to the next spot. people killed LeBron for the fact that he didn't play. That he announced right beforehand that he wasn't going to play, and it didn't give them time to like elevate like a sub. I agree. That was a horrible look, and like LeBron is one of my favorite, or is my favorite athlete, my favorite basketball player. I guess the only thing that I'm curious about, and maybe I'm just giving him too much of the benefit of the doubt, is did he maybe think that he'd be able to play through it, and then was like right before it was like, you know what, no, like I'm not gonna risk it. But otherwise it's a horrible optics. But Anthony Edwards did, I think, essentially the same thing. He was sick and he didn't play. I haven't heard shit about that.
Yeah, well, I think LeBron's going to be more of a headline not playing. Like, he is the face of the league. And kind of to your point, like, it is his generation of players that have ruined this. And now they're trying to switch it up. And he's like, last minute, you know what? I can't play through it. And, like, I don't want LeBron to get injured in an exhibition game midway through the season either. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and slander anything about him or his legacy about it, but it definitely isn't a good look if you're the face of the league. Steph was playing in it. Steph looked like he was having a ball, you know? I mean, yeah, it's in Golden State. He's got his home crowd.
But
so,
even to the Steph point, like you said, it was in Golden State. Steph didn't do the 3-point contest.
True.
Like, the whole thing is, I don't know. I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you have more to say?
No, you're good, but not doing the 3-point contest is a little different. I mean, but I get what you're saying. It is Steph Curry, right? We want to see him versus Damian Lillard.
Well, I understand if you don't do it every single year, but if there was a year you were going to do it, you wouldn't do it when it's home.
True. I mean, maybe spend time with. Definitely not spend time with the fans. What am I saying? He's chilling there on the bench with his family and teammates,
just hanging out.
Yeah, just wanted the day off probably, but
I think that like the product hurts in general, and same with the dunk contest too. When it's supposed to be all-star weekend, and it's just people that aren't all-stars. Like with the finals for the 3-point contest, were Buddy Hield and Tyler Hero.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
Tyler Hero was an all-star.
Yeah, I'm just saying like, he's not a name like that. You know what I mean? And then the dunk contest. I was
surprised he won. I was very surprised he won.
Yeah. At the dunk contest, you've got Mac McClung, which shout out to him. That boy can hoop. He can get up there, and he's not that tall. But yeah, that boy can jump. But once again, I feel like people, if it was somebody like, let's say that like Anthony Edwards or like John Morant had won 3 straight times, that'd be huge. But nobody gives a fuck because it's just a kid who's in the G League, and we only know him from doing that. I think they showed like his career NBA earnings were like 130,000, and his career like dunk contest earnings were like 310,000. Like that man exists solely. He exists solely to do the dunk contest and save the league in that aspect. So
which he does. I mean, he's so entertaining to watch do that. That was cool watching that.
Man, he lifted the ball up and tapped the rim before he dunked it. That was crazy.
That was clean. I saw Steph's reaction to that. Steph was just like fell over in his chair.
It's crazy, but I would like to see the players take it more seriously and compete in different things. And I'd like to see the league not just fucking make it a money grab of how many sponsorships we can do and shit like that. I mean, fuck.
And what was that about TN? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, get rid of Kevin Hart with the shit. Even if they do in the trophy presentation, they had to give him a small trophy first. Oh wow, it's so funny.
Yeah,
he's a small guy,
and he had to like put his hand on the trophy that they won and everything, and try to be funny about it and all that. Which I guess that one gave me a little bit of a chuckle. But what I was about to say, why would TNT not want to interview CP3? Like that'd be funny TV hearing him like shoot his case as to why they should have been not disqualified or whatever.
Oh, I agree.
I thought it was creative. I saw them start doing it. I'm like, what the hell are they? Like just get him off as quick as you can. Doesn't have to hit the rim or nothing.
I don't like it.
I thought it was cool.
I don't like it just for the fact that we're talking about like, you know, wanting to see effort from the players. So like, you're clearly, And I feel like
Smarter. Work smarter, not harder, Spencer. Come on.
I know I feel like a old grumpy man, but it's like it wasn't the spirit of the competition. Like we wanted to see them try, not just go out here and get a loophole. But I agree. I feel like yes, you should have interviewed them. They treated them like they broke a fucking law or something like that. They're like the most interesting thing happened, and even though I didn't like the fact that they did it, yeah, go ahead and put a mic in front of them and talk to them. Let's make a storyline out of this. It's gonna be talked about regardless.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't get what they were trying to do by not interviewing him. Like, he's a professional. He's not gonna like get up there and start cursing out the NBA. I don't know. It was just weird.
What do you think about potential? Oh, before we move on, we did have, I think it was Ja tweeted. He was like, seeing Mac McClung dunk makes me think about doing it, and then I think Giannis said he was like, yeah, if you do it, I'll do it. And then they asked him about that the next day, and he was like, yeah, I got hacked. He was like, my kids stole my phone, and they posted that. So I feel like he's always goofing around. We'll see if he actually does it or not, but I think that would be great.
Giannis would be cool.
Yeah, I would love to see. Could you imagine like dunk contest, Anthony Edwards, Ja, and Giannis? I would love to see that. That would actually have me like. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not. I watched the clips of the 3-point or not the 3-point, but of the skills competitions. Like so, the 3-point, the dunk contest, stuff like that. I didn't like sit down and actually watch it. I did watch the like the whole presentation for the actual All-Star games, like on Sunday. But I feel like if you had bigger names, yeah, if you had a Ja, and a Giannis, I would actually, there'd be something I'd be like, okay, I have to make sure I'm home Friday so I can watch this. Same with the threes. I want to see bigger names do that. It doesn't have to be Steph every single time, but I would like to see some of the bigger shooters do that. And yeah, for fixes, I think it was Giannis's idea. He was talking about for the All-Star game, doing USA versus the world, and then rotate the cities. Sometimes it's in the U.S., sometimes it's in another like European country or something like that. I think that'd be interesting, and I think you'd see players try harder for pride. I think that the European players, or not just Europe, but the world players, with the exception of maybe, well, I don't know. If it was for the world and Luka was there, Jokic might try harder. But I feel like Wemby, I feel like them, like they're like Shea, like I feel like they're gonna play hard, and I think that not wanting to lose, like as the U.S., I think maybe would incentivize like the players to play better. I also saw where they're talking about like someone had a suggestion, I forgot who it was, that basically all the players need to bring like $1 million in a briefcase, and if you lose, you have to actually hand that to someone on the opposing team. Not that the $1 million would hurt them that much, but just the embarrassment of having to actually hand that money over. Because not money,
that would be funny.
Not money that you have to like that you just miss out on earning, but actually having to give your money to somebody else. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't hate that. That's asking a lot. But I mean, I guess if they're all stars, right? Then we're assuming they got big contracts typically. Yeah, I like the idea of a USA versus the world. I would even like if we did like if a bunch of teams played to play us, like almost like the Olympics, and we got 3 other country teams versus the US in a 4-game or round robin type tournament. You can make it over the weekend still. You take out the skills competition and do these games to, let's say, 50 or something like that. Or even just short quarter games. I think bringing something like that, bringing in a more worldwide viewership would be good for Adam Silver and the NBA. Making it like a tournament style and getting that national pride back. Making it a more common thing instead of just every 4 years we go and we see these teams, because I believe they do a world championship in the summers, if I'm not mistaken, every year, but not a lot of our pros go, our all-stars go, unless it's the Olympics. Yeah. Am I correct in saying that?
I think you're thinking of like FIBA, right? Isn't that like a qualifier for the Olympics?
Is it? Okay, I thought they did like an actual world championship every year in basketball, but I could be wrong. In the summers. I'm not entirely.
Excuse me. I'm not entirely sure. You could be right. I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's like a aura to like the Olympics though, Like the fact that it only happens every
Sure.
few years. Because I mean, I don't know, how would you do this without like making it just seem like a knockoff Olympics? Do you think it would make the Olympics less special?
I don't think so. I mean, um, for the same reason that the U.S. did versus the U.S. versus Canada in hockey, um, I think that anytime your guys from your turf suit up against other guys from other turf, I think that there's a lot of pride involved in it. We're not giving out medals, like probably cash prize, like you're saying too. Maybe not like Chris Paul handing somebody $1 million, but um, some sort of a cash prize to the winner. And I don't know, yeah, it could put more eyes on, let's say Wemby's France team comes and shocks the world and um, kind of sheds some light onto some of those national players that we don't see.
Oh, you're going to incentivize the international players way more than the national ones. I feel like the national ones make so much money in the league that's part of the issue with the whole thing is that they don't care because they have so much money. The international players, that money is probably it would probably do a lot more for them. Somebody that
So
we're gonna say,
wouldn't, as soon as the USA lost, wouldn't that be embarrassing
oh
for
yeah,
them? And wouldn't they want to come back that next year? And so, I mean, I think that incentivizes them to play hard and I mean, you can switch it up and make it not always on the US's turf, but I guess it would be hard to do that if because then you wouldn't be able to just say, hey, the USA is automatically in that Final Four, you know. But I
well
think if you kept it as an NBA event and you just brought these other countries in, you could keep it as, hey, the USA is in the Final Four every year, try to beat us.
that's fair. I mean, it could be very interesting. Maybe they could do that like on off years or something. So maybe every 2 years or something like that.
Sure,
Maybe I feel like that'd be a
I
lot
could
to
see that
organize every single year. But
every season. Yeah,
yeah, that could be really cool though. And then you'd have that might even get a bigger pipeline of like international players into the league too. So
right. Yeah,
that could be cool. You brought up hockey too. I know we're not going to do a big segment on that because we're not super hockey people. I will say, like with the Olympics and then with this, like sports brings out a lot of my patriotism. I think there is nothing sweeter than the fact that we walked into Canada, into their home turf. Uh, we beat their asses. We played Freebird and then we left, beating them at their sport in their turf. Let's go. Let's
played
go.
Freebird in
USA. I saw that. Dog, 3 fights in the first 9 seconds is crazy work. Hockey players are
bro.
built different.
I know they're ready to die for their country, man. That was cool.
Those
That
are some
was so
fucking
cool.
those are some fucking American heroes, dog. Good shit to them.
Yeah.
Salute to you, hockey players. Yeah.
Amen.
Anything else with the with this basketball tragedy before we move on to the next one?
No, not really. The only other note I had is that Jello live was pretty rough. I saw him do the Commanders Lions game, and they kind of tucked him into the corner of the field, and I was like, that's not really the right environment, I don't think. And then seeing him on TV, I don't know. I mess with the bop, but I thought his performance was a little rough, a little cringy.
Underwhelming. Okay, I actually did not. I did not actually see it. Um,
Oh, okay.
he's got. I mean, Tweaker's a pretty solid song, but I'm not like jumping out of messing my
Nah.
routine up to go see Jello perform. But it is cool that having I think Lonzo interviewed him too. So that's cool. Cool for the Ball brothers.
Oh,
Cool to
okay.
see that Jello is still relevant. Um, but um, the Illini did a jersey retirement for Terrance Shannon Jr. And I don't know how you fuck something up this badly. How it's even possible. They brought down like the banner, and his jersey was upside down. How
Oh
do
my
you
god,
make a mistake that fucking bad? I
that's
don't.
terrible.
I don't get that. I mean, it fucks the moment up. I would say it's embarrassing. I mean, it seems even more careless than like when we've seen before, like when they make like statues for certain players and people are clowning them for it, like Dwayne Wade's statue. Like I feel
Mm.
like putting like a jersey upside down just seems like you didn't give a fuck. Like how do you fuck
No.
that up?
It's kind of like Dan Snyder's Washington Commanders tribute to was it Sean Taylor?
I'm
That
not
was
familiar with that.
terrible.
What
They
happened?
basically just like put his jersey on this like really crappy mannequin with a helmet, and they're like Sean Taylor, number 21, and it's like what? Like, and it's
That's
just in this like
crazy.
little glass case in the middle of a walkway in the arena. It's like I don't know, just
Y'all couldn't have tried
absolutely.
harder. Right.
Yeah, and what happened to him is terrible, man. Like, and he was, I mean, not that this is the only reason to do it, but he was a great player, man. That's sad.
Yep.
What a disgrace.
Right. Literally. So it was
This
cool. It was cool, kind of how he bounced back from that. He made a shirt, and it said, "Hold on, I've got it right here." It says, "When life has you turned upside down, turn it around," and then the words "upside down" are upside down on the shirt. And then it has a picture of his jersey upside down too, so it's cool. So we're selling those shirts, and then all the money from the proceeds are going to the local Boys and Girls Club. So I feel like
Oh,
that's how you.
nice.
I feel like that's how you like kind of make light of the situation and like handle that in a very classy way, and you know, like obviously a play on the shirt, or his shirt's obviously a play on like the phrase like when life hands you lemons, like make lemonade, and he did make some lemonade with that. So that's really
Absolutely.
really cool to see.
Absolutely. That is cool. Way to make the most of a crappy moment.
All right, so we got some Lexi's lore. What you got for us this week?
Hello, hello. Okay, so this week's theme is um, random United States laws.
Okay.
Um,
Hold on
okay,
one sec.
I
so
love the label, by the way, Lexi. The little Lexi's lore with the circle. Very nice.
thank you. Thank you very much. Um, okay, so Kyle, you haven't done Lexi's Lore with me yet. So basically, I give you guys a random topic. This week is dumb and random laws in the U.S. And then I have the question up on the next screen. I ask you guys the question. I ask what your guys' guesses are, and then after we hear your guys' guesses, we go to the next screen, which is going to actually give you the options that are available, and we'll pick from there and go on. Um,
Beautiful.
so yeah, let's roll into it. So question one: in what state is it illegal to ride a horse over 10 miles per hour? Any guesses?
New York.
I guess. I'm gonna say Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay. Okay. Also, side note, I don't remember the answers to these, so
Love
we're
it.
about to
She's
find
gonna
out.
be just as shocked
Okay.
as us.
Literally. So these are the options. We got Montana, Indiana, West Virginia, Mississippi. Neither of what was guessed. Any thoughts?
I think Montana and Indiana seem like two places you should definitely be able to ride a horse anywhere. I'm gonna say West Virginia.
Okay, okay.
Mm. I'm gonna say Mississippi. I feel like they have some dumb laws.
They do. But not this one. It is actually Indiana.
What?
You
This,
talked me out of that,
yeah, isn't
Terrance. I
that
was thinking that.
crazy? Honestly, I was like, same. This law was put into effect because of high-speed horse racing back in the day. So you know how Indiana gets down.
All I can think about in
Good to
Indiana
know.
is like cornfields and horses. That's crazy. But I guess they have so many horses that they had to. What's crazy to me too is that they're saying that over 10 miles an hour, horses don't have a fucking gauge of how fast they're going. So how do you know
Yeah,
when
they're
your
just
horse is?
cooking.
Yeah, how do you know when your horse is getting that fast?
Above
Imagine
a
just going
trot.
down. You go down the dirt road, and the cop pulls you over and handcuffs you. He's like, "You were going 12 mile per hour in a 10."
The cop is also in fucking India on a horse.
He has to break the speed just to
That's
catch
funny.
you.
Yes, that's right. Which is also illegal. He's committing a crime for you.
That's right.
Um, okay, I'm keeping score. By the way, far we're at 0-0. That's okay.
Okay.
Let's try question number 2. We got: in what state is it illegal for a woman to marry the same man 4 times?
Well, it's definitely not wherever Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, or not Ben Affleck. Who is it? Jennifer Lopez and who? Who's the guy that she keeps getting back
I
with?
think
Is it Ben
I
Affleck?
think it was Ben Affleck. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
It might
Yeah.
have been Affleck. I think it's only been like 3 times, but they're getting
They're getting close to the limit.
They are.
I got
Any guesses on the state?
Utah.
I gotta think. I'm gonna go Texas. Ooh, Utah's a great guess.
Ooh, okay. So Texas and Utah. Let's see what the options are. Utah's on here. We got Kentucky, South Dakota, or Washington.
It's probably South Dakota, but I'm sticking with Utah.
Am I allowed to pick the same one?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
It doesn't help my chances too much at beating you, but I'm with you. I think it's Utah.
You think it's Utah? Bet. And Kentucky! Can you believe it?
Dang.
Okay. We're not doing too hot right now.
Nope.
Yeah. 0-0. If I win, then you guys both owe me $20.
That seems
Spencer,
totally
you got me
fair.
covered on that.
Seems totally
Yeah,
fair.
you got me covered. Yeah, you didn't read the agreement before you signed it
Oh my
for the
god.
podcast? It's crazy.
Yeah, I think I just skimmed over it. I must have just missed that in the fine print.
Your second-born child is also on the table. Beware.
Oh damn. That works out for me.
Number 3. Okay. In what state is it illegal to operate or participate in a game bingo while under the influence?
As a person who's called bingo before, this should be illegal in every state because they are annoying.
I know it's not Florida. That's all that happens in Florida. You retire, you go down, you get drunk and play bingo.
I'm gonna go Alaska.
Oh, okay. Seems like a random Alaskan rule.
Going back to Utah.
Wait, did you say that you used to call out bingo?
I did it a couple times, yeah, at my parents' winery. Not fun.
Oh, that's gotta be awful. Yeah.
They actually asked me to do it
calling?
tomorrow, and I said no.
And it comes up again today. That's so funny. This is the universe being like, just do it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what our options are.
Duh, Utah's back on the board.
So is Alaska.
Utah.
Whoa,
Alaska.
that's
I gotta go with
crazy.
That is crazy. I don't think I've ever had somebody, both parties, guess option on the board before. Okay, is that what we're going with? Utah and Alaska?
It's probably Alaska because that's so random that they'd be on here. But I gotta rock
Watch
out
it
with
be
Utah.
neither.
Right. I gotta rock out with
I'm
Utah.
going B, final answer. You're going B, final answer. Let's go.
B and North Carolina.
Myrtle Beach?
Bro.
That might be south. That might be south.
It is. Yeah, it is South Carolina. Damn, we're getting cooked.
Man.
That
We keep
$20
tricking
is looking
ourselves
real
by guessing one of the options. And
Right.
then it's
Right.
wrong.
And Utah back to
And then
back.
it's wrong, right?
That's crazy.
Because Utah seems like the place to just have absurd rules.
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm
they
saying.
do. They've got like a no flame to flower rule in Utah. Like weed is legal to purchase to a certain degree. You can
But
like
you
purchase
can't
it but not smoke
light
it. I
it.
don't know. Right. So it's like you have to do other methods of it, and I don't know. It's wild. That just tells you all you need to know about their laws.
Thanks, Utah.
Okay.
I love the Larry David gif.
Thank you. There was a lot of things that I wanted to put as gifts on here, but I couldn't find them. Probably because a lot of them weren't appropriate.
That's fair.
So yeah.
This one's a W, though.
Yeah. We got question number 4. In what state is it illegal to consume human flesh? Should be There's nothing, so I will
It's not
say
all
that.
50 states?
Nope.
It's been a great time doing this podcast with you guys. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yo, it's only illegal in one state?
Yes, and I don't know. Maybe it's just like an unspoken rule in the country, and this had to be specified. But yeah, this is specific to one state.
Like enough people were doing it here that they were like, all right, maybe we should write it down so that they know.
Right. This is becoming a problem.
I guess
I'll say
gonna-
Maryland.
Any guesses? Maryland. Okay.
Isn't that where Dahmer was dwelling at one point? I think I'm gonna go Maryland.
Oh. My Dahmer knowledge is very, very little, but interesting. Okay.
I'm gonna hope it's either Illinois or Michigan, but I'm gonna go with guessing Texas actually.
Texas, really? They barbecue everything. Okay, let's see the options.
Arkansas.
We've got California, Idaho, Tennessee, and Louisiana. Guesses?
California?
I'm gonna go Tennessee.
Okay,
That was my other thought.
So A and B.
That was my other thought, yeah.
Let's see. I feel like one of you is right. I'm sorry. I built that up to nothing. Okay, Idaho.
I know.
Home with the potato. They said more potatoes, less people.
Damn, dog, we're getting cooked. We have not got one right yet.
But I am learning a lot.
Yeah, like the fact that
there's going to be a follow-up.
I can't believe that it's not legal in all 50.
That is wild.
Wild. I mean, some things I feel like we don't have to write into laws to know that we shouldn't do, right? No?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I don't. I think we need everything.
Everybody's done.
Very clear.
Wait, you ate that guy's arm? Yeah, but sir, I didn't kill him. Oh, you're free to go.
Right,
You're
that's
free to
crazy.
go, right? Come on.
So that means that Idaho had to have had such a problem with fucking with eating people, and they felt the need to.
That's nasty.
This one didn't have a fun fact with it. I wish I had known the backstory. Until next time.
Oh, I'll look it up later.
Okay. Keep us posted.
Gonna haunt me. Yeah.
Right. Question 5. In what state is it illegal to let a donkey sleep in a bathtub?
New Mexico.
Okay.
Arizona.
Okay.
All right. Neighbor.
Arizona's on here. We got Delaware. We got Rhode Island. And we got Montana.
I'm going to go with Arizona, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Montana. Kyle, you staying with Arizona?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with it. I was contemplating jumping ship, but I'm going to stick with it.
Let's see. Arizona! You each got one. Woo!
Damn, you nailed that.
Go. Yeah.
Yeah,
you got my mind thinking
crazy.
that way with New Mexico. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, I don't. So yeah, in 1920s, a local dam broke, flooding a rancher's home. The rancher's donkeys had become accustomed to sleeping in the bathtub, which was filled with water and then whisked them miles away. After working to rescue the animals, the town passed a law that prohibited donkeys from sleeping in the bathtub.
What in the world? Okay.
That's some like old time lawmaking. I feel like they were like,
It
this
is.
happened in the town and it was a story. Let's avoid that. Now you can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, 1920s. That's crazy.
It probably would be a comfy spot.
A donkey.
Right.
A donkey seems too big to be in a bathtub.
I don't know. And they're only like,
I mean, look at him.
they're like 4 feet long.
Right, he's in that one.
Yeah.
He fit.
I love that you just got the
well.
red X through it.
Someone else had already
none
had
of
this
this.
too. That was the crazy thing.
That's awesome.
I didn't even have to. I just put donkey in a bathtub and then it popped in my face. So next one we have: in what state is it illegal to give a rat as a gift?
New York.
That's what I was gonna say. I'll say New Jersey.
Okay. So we have Montana, New Mexico, New York, and Oregon.
New York.
New York all day. Yeah.
New York?
They've got rat
You guys are
problems.
wrong on that one.
Oh my god.
It's Montana. Okay, I want to give rats as gifts to get rid of them off the streets.
Yo,
In fucking New York.
Remy's looking like he wants to scrap in that gift, dog.
Have you ever seen the thing that's like which mouse would win in a fight? Definitely Remy. Look at him.
Yeah, he's
ready to
scrappy.
fight right now. Yeah. For sure.
Plus, he can control humans, so like he could just like step on everybody.
Remy,
That's
Pulls on
actually a
the hair.
really fair point.
well, Stuart is a mouse, right? And Remy's a rat. I'm taking a rat every time over a mouse. Plus Stuart, yeah, look at him in his little fucking little Ralph Lauren polo over there. Got khaki pants on. Stuart Little had lived a life of luxury. His biggest issue was
that looks like my first grade yearbook picture.
Right. Motherfucking Remy was from the streets.
Khakis.
Remy was from the streets. He got tried to kill him that whole movie. He's whooping the shit out of Stuart Little.
Remy's the homie for sure. That's one of my favorite movies ever. So
that's fair.
A good one.
Okay.
Right.
So in Montana, it's unlawful. It's unlawful to raise, sell, or give away rats too, except unless you're feeding them to like your reptiles, which is really sad. So yeah. Number 7, I believe this is actually my last question. In what state is it illegal for minors to play pinball?
What?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Does that include like the pinball game that's like on computers? Because I did that as a child all the time.
I love that.
Yeah. Somebody arrest this man. I think it's just like real life pinball. It's got to be.
Well,
you can't control that.
We're gonna have to go back to what I think is the home of the stupid laws. We're going back to Utah.
This feels like a Wisconsin law.
Really?
They let a kid sit down at the bar next to their parent at the age of like 10. And I think there was a law at one time that they could even have like up to 2 beers with their parent present. But I could see them being like, but that kid can't go play pinball in the corner.
Right. You can have a beer, but only
I would
you can only play pinball after the beer.
Yeah.
I'm
drinking beer for 10 years, but it's my first game of pinball.
I'm thinking that the Mormons in Utah think that pinball is the devil.
Pinball. Okay.
What are our options?
Let's see. We got Texas, Maine, Ohio, and South Carolina. Any guesses?
That's a Maine law. No. Yeah, I was
going Ohio.
I was thinking about Ohio, but I'm gonna run with Maine.
See,
you're gonna do Ohio?
Yep.
Let's see. Carolina. Which is wild and so random. Like, I was reading on this a little bit, and they're basically saying, like, you can get, like, escorted out. You can get given a ticket for playing pinball underage.
Why?
Wild. I don't know, maybe it's, like, a form of gambling in that state.
That's
crazy. You take it real serious.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
So.
Oh, I forgot. I have one more bonus question. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Were you gonna say something? I'm sorry.
No, I was just thinking about the fact that we're both tied at 1-1, and the only one we got right was Arizona with donkeys.
Okay, well, you got your last one to redeem yourself. Who's gonna win? This one you guys have to pick different, just so we can't tie, or probably still tie if you get it wrong. But fuck it. Okay. In what state is it illegal to live on a boat for more than 30 days?
Missouri. Down in the Ozarks.
New York.
Okay. So, we have Georgia, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Louisiana.
I feel like you're trying to stump us and you're doing South Carolina again. So I'm going to go C.
Okay.
And we can't pick the same ones because that was my answer.
You got to be quicker than that.
That's right.
All right, fuck it.
It's okay, I'm probably wrong.
We'll take Louisiana then. It's Mississippi watch.
Okay. And Georgia!
Oh my gosh.
You're so close to Florida, which I guess at that point you could just go to Florida and do it, but like, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Damn, this episode of fucking Lexi's Lore is sponsored by Shame.
Yeah.
Damn, we got cooked.
Oh, jeez.
And by Arizona, the only state that we guessed the correct law to.
Damn, well, thanks,
Shout
Lex.
out to my aunt that lives there.
You got an aunt in Arizona?
Really?
Yeah.
The fuck did she do there?
not
Lives.
put her donkey in a bathtub.
Yeah, she did not put her donkey in the bathtub.
All right. Thanks, Lex.
Of course, thanks guys. Until
Thanks,
next time.
Lexi.
Yeah, we have to
All
do
right.
better next week. I feel embarrassed.
I know.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
need to
need a
get
number
right.
higher than 2.
All right.
Well, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, we got fucking destroyed. Oh my
Tune in
goodness.
next week for us to be made fools again.
I have not done that bad on any of those so far. That's crazy.
Yeah, you guys did decent in the South Park one. When I
Yeah.
watched it,
I got some knowledge with South Park. That that one was tough.
I thought I did. I thought I did, and then I was watching that, and I was like, I would have got so many of those wrong.
Yep. So more craziness. And I know we talked about this briefly, I think like maybe 2 weeks ago after it happened in Philly. But planes are still falling out of the sky, which is horrifying. I don't know if maybe we haven't seen the news coverage for it before or if it just doesn't happen. I feel like I've never heard of this many plane accidents like happening, especially in such a short time. The year started and planes just cannot stay in the sky or land properly. They just
And they're all commercial flights too, right? Almost all.
I don't think the Philly one was, but I think all the rest of them were.
Okay.
Which is crazy, man. And I'm not a person that like. I don't love flying. It kind of freaks me out. Not like to the point where I've got to like make sure I'm like medicated or like sleeping or something like that. But I don't love the idea of being on a plane. But I always tell myself like, all right, like people fly every day. Like there's not an issue. Like you know what I mean? They wouldn't continue to do this if it wasn't safe. And now I'm sitting here looking at all these planes like, what the fuck?
Why isn't it safe now? Yeah, what's going on?
And
Yeah,
what's
I feel that.
and what's scary?
I was always
Go ahead.
sorry. I was just gonna say, as a kid, I would get anxious, and my parents were all, that was their go-to to calm me down. Was, hey, people do this all the time. It's very rare. These pilots are highly trained. Went into the cockpit once and met the pilot, which like put me at ease once when I was really little. But I mean, yeah, it's like, what are you gonna tell your kids right now? Because it's actually happening everywhere, man.
It's
Crazy.
pretty freaky. And what's even scarier too is the fact that like, so this most recent one was I think yesterday in Toronto, and it was a Delta plane. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you hear all the jokes about like, oh, like Frontier and Spirit, like, you know what I mean? You get what you pay for. Like, those are the ones that aren't supposed to fucking land. Bro, we got the
Right.
big boys falling out the sky. Fucking Delta. That's crazy. Luckily, I think everybody was okay. But I mean, the plane it had like an issue landing and then it rolled over, so it was like upside down. But that's insane. I saw a tweet though. Someone was saying like, "This is exactly my dream goal. You have a plane crash, you don't die, and you never have to work again a day in your life." I feel like I
Yeah.
would.
If nobody died, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's still traumatic though, but
that's
man,
what I was gonna say though. Is I feel like, yeah, you got money, and I'm gonna spend that in the state that I live in because I'm never fucking flying again. I feel like if you survive a plane crash, you're like, yep, that was my one. Like I'm never
Yeah.
flying again ever.
Well, Travis Barker, did you hear about, like, he basically said in his book or something that he feels like he manifested it because he always felt like he was gonna crash, and then sure enough, he crashed.
And he was fine. I'm assuming. Yeah. I didn't.
What's that? He survived.
Was it a commercial plane
survived.
or was it like a private plane or
I
what?
think it was a private. But there was like there were guys from his crew that I think passed in the flight. Like it was not. He was lucky to have walked away from it. I could be wrong. I don't know why I thought I heard that he had a second one that was like less serious.
2 plane crashes?
But
That's insane.
Right? That would just be.
I would. I'd lose my shit. Like if I would really, if I like I said, survived a plane crash, I would try to make sure I never had to fly again. Like that would be horrifying. And I know that limits the amount of things that you can do and where you can go, but I feel like I would be like inconsolably anxious, like if I was on a plane again after having a plane
Oh
crash.
yeah, and I was wrong. It wasn't twice, but he said he just started getting back to like going back on planes. He's been on about 30 flights now. He said,
Damn.
since that accident. So I mean, kudos to him to channeling and standing up. against those fears, but I hear you. That would be, especially if it was something I was already worried about, and then it happened to me. It'd be like, I'm driving to Florida. I'll spend 21 hours. I
No,
don't care.
seriously, yeah, fuck that. Um, so hopefully they get this shit figured out, cause there's places I'd like to go again, but I would not want to get on a flight right now. I'd be horrified. There was even like a few weeks ago there was like I think two planes like ran into each other like while they were maneuvering. Like not I don't think I'm not sure if they had passengers or not, but at O'Hare. Like it wasn't like a humongous crash like some of the other ones have been, but it's a lot of shit going on right now that's freaking me out. So until further notice, I'll be driving everywhere.
Heard.
Um, the Jets officially, I don't know if they've done the paperwork or not, but the Jets are releasing Aaron Rodgers. What do you think about that? You think it's a good move for them, and what do you think that he should do next?
I do. I think Aaron Glenn is, I mean, he's definitely trying to build a culture there, right? And he's a team first guy, always has been, even when he was a player. I think he cares a lot about this job. And so I think he doesn't want a QB that's got 1 foot out the door and is quoted as saying, like, oh, I'm learning that it's not all about wins and losses anymore. I don't think that bodes well for a new GM and a new head coach, you know? So I don't blame them. I think it was a good move on them. It does kind of put a little bit of pressure on them to draft a quarterback now or figure something out, right?
Yeah, what do you think their options are? They don't have a high draft pick.
No, I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to remember. I'd have to get a list of who's supposed to fall even past Cam Ward and Shador Sanders, but I don't know. I mean, like a guy like Will Howard, he's got legs, showed his arm a little bit, showed some arm talent. He's projected as like I thought he was projected as like a third rounder, but
I
so
know
somebody try to find a diamond in the rough, maybe.
I know it's a new regime, but they don't have a good track record of developing quarterbacks. Zach Wilson
Yeah.
busted out. Sam Darnold looked like a fucking bust, and then just had a great season with the Vikings. Um,
Mm-hmm.
would
Well,
you
even
have?
what you see from Zach Wilson in preseason games and all that, I mean, he looks a lot more poised in Denver, having a guy like Sean Payton coaching him.
And if they get somebody, I mean, I guess I'd be curious to see who their offensive coordinator is. I'm not sure if they have hired one or not, but I mean,
I haven't looked at that.
Aaron Glenn is a defensive coach. It's not even like they got like Ben Johnson over there. I think that'd
Sure.
be a bad spot for a rookie, especially a rookie that like is not a high draft pick either. Um,
No,
you,
that's fair. And you're not retaining Devontae Adams. The O line's weak.
right.
Um, yeah, I mean they might bring in somebody like a Sam Darnold this year. Like it would be crazy, but bringing back to the Jets now, I could see them doing something like that and paying him a 1 year contract or 2 year contract for like 30 mil or something. Um, and then maybe you draft a guy right now, or maybe they revamp the O line this year and they're like, all right, we're not gonna win the Super Bowl, but we can get back to 500. Or the thing I definitely don't like about the move is it didn't bode well, like with Quinnen Williams, for example, who's only praised Aaron Rodgers and stuff since he's gotten there. Um, it didn't bode well that he wasn't didn't seem happy about it in his tweet. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was just talking like you will be missed, blah blah blah. And so I'm sure Aaron Glenn can channel through those muddy waters and get Quentin Williams back on his side, but I definitely think that puts a little like, stab in the culture column. Because it doesn't seem like all the players are on the same page about wanting him there or not, you
Right.
know.
I can see them thinking that it's a good move to maybe move past him or yeah, without him for a culture and trying to build a culture and him not necessarily being a great culture guy from what it appears to be. But I just don't know who they're gonna have playing quarterback, and I feel like um, I mean, fuck, last year was disappointing, but the year before was Zach Wilson was disappointing too. I feel like they gotta have somebody competent. I wonder if they would do something like maybe try to trade for like Kirk Cousins. Like he's
Yeah,
benched right now.
maybe.
He's got a big contract though, so I'm not sure if they're
Yeah.
going to add that or not.
And he's above 35 coming off an Achilles injury as well.
He's at least had a year off of that. Well, I guess, yeah, you get rid of one older quarterback who just came off an Achilles for another older quarterback who's just got off an Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk's a good culture guy, though. All the teams that he's at, they
Definitely.
love him. I mean, Minnesota loved him. It seemed like both the city of Atlanta and his teammates loved him, too.
Yeah, till he threw 9 interceptions and no touchdowns in 4 games. But yeah,
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. And I know they're going forward with Michael Penix Jr. now in Atlanta.
mm-hmm.
So I feel like he's going to be on the move, though. Either going to. It wouldn't surprise me if he wound up either like with the Jets or with like the Browns or something.
Saints even I think could work too.
Get rid of Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like the Jets are in a similar situation with like the Giants, where it's like there's been so much bad quarterback play. Like you need to make this next thing work. Like if you have another year of just fucking your fans sitting there watching terrible quarterback play with a talented team, although the Jets are a lot more talented than the Giants, but still, I feel like it's gonna be hard. It's a hard ask of your fans to come out here and care, knowing that we're gonna fucking suck. So.
Yeah, I
um,
agree. I agree.
What would you like to see Rodgers do next? Did you see that there was a, I forgot, I think it's Deshaun Kaiser maybe, for the Steelers had posted something about like not having Rodgers come to them. He was like, nah, his ass need to stay at the retirement home.
Really?
He wound up deleting it, but yep. So,
Wow.
and that's a Steelers fan or a Steelers player. Sorry. I'm curious where he'd be a good fit at next.
Yeah, I don't know. I wrote down Raiders question mark here. Like it wouldn't be a terrible spot, I don't think. And if Devontae would be willing to go back to the Sin City, um, or did I say Rodgers? Adams? If Devontae Adams would be willing to go back, whoever I said there, I think there could be some fireworks. You got Brock Bowers, you got Jacoby Myers bringing Tay back, and then Aaron throwing him the rock. I mean, yeah, I guess it doesn't look that different than the Jets offense he was on this year, but I think Pete Carroll's a really good coach. Um, I think he could handle a big ego quarterback. He's shown that.
That's
That
fair.
being said, if Russ is on the move, then why wouldn't Pete rather take on an ego that he already knows he can control in Russ? Somebody a few years younger too. I don't know. Would Brady want him to be a Raider, and would he have any power over that decision? I don't know.
I heard that
think it'd
Brady
be
was going to be heavily involved in the decision for the next quarterback.
of their next quarterback.
Yeah.
I think that's good. I think the funniest spot for him to go would be the Giants.
Right.
Have him throw into Neighbors. I think that'd be funny as hell.
They have a
So-
shitty offensive line, though, bro. And Rodgers
Yeah.
is older, has no mobility. He can run less. I mean, Daniel Jones was getting fucking killed, and Daniel Jones could run. I would
Yeah.
hate to see him with the Giants. I think it'd be funny,
That's
yeah.
fair.
I think it'd be funny, but oh my god, can
On
you
paper,
imagine?
I would love to see him and Neighbors, but
Yes.
that would be a good duo,
Can you imagine their shitty offensive line with Rodgers with limited mobility running from Jalen Carter or Micah Parsons twice a year? Shit, 4 times a year because they would play both of those teams.
Yeah, you're right.
That
I mean, he was
sounds-
running from Von Miller twice this year, right? Aren't the Bills in there? Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
But
oh my
I get
God.
what you're saying.
That'd be greasy. I'm not sure where I'd think he would want to go. I would hate to see him wind up in like Cleveland.
Yeah. At least they have an O-line, though.
Yeah, Raiders could make
Jerry
sense.
Judy.
Raiders
Yeah.
could make sense.
I-
Although
I have no clue what the Raiders O-line looks like. Do you have any idea?
I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know any of those guys.
They were irrelevant this season, other than Bowers.
Yeah.
I think they've got a higher draft pick though. I think the Raiders do.
They got,
Some-
I think, 5? I think they're 5.
Yeah. Same was Tennessee's number 1, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna get a rookie, unless they do something
Mm-hmm.
stupid like draft Travis Hunter and get Aaron Rodgers.
That'd be crazy. That would be crazy.
I'm not sure where he's gonna wind up at. I don't want to see him retire. I would hate to see a career like his end so unceremoniously as the last 2 years with the Jets and then retirement. But I'm not sure where he's gonna wind up going. That's gonna make sense. As I'm thinking about it, I can't think of any spots that would be a great fit.
And why is that? Because his play took a big hit this year. I mean, he did not look like the Aaron Rodgers of old. he looked like angry out there because like I get it, like he has a really high football IQ, but he's playing with like second and third year guys, and he's like, well, if I just keep yelling at them, then maybe they'll figure it out. But I don't know, it wasn't working clearly, you know. And you could just see the frustration when he'd miscommunicate on an option route with somebody, and it. I question if he's going to be able to command a locker room anywhere because he's 41 and these kids are, 15, 16 years younger than him. And yeah, you look at him and you're like, hell yeah, I'm playing with Aaron Rodgers. But look at Garrett Wilson after one full season of playing with Aaron Rodgers. He looked pissed off because he's not getting the rock. They request a trade for Tay. It's like he gets shoved to wide receiver 2 immediately. It's just kind of weird. And like all he did was bring his friends into New York and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So I don't know that any other team is going to want to sign up for that per se.
Okay, this is...
I'm sure if he wants to play, he'll get a job somewhere, no doubt.
Yeah.
And it might be Tennessee or Raiders or somebody who's drafting a quarterback but wants him to sit for a season. I have no clue.
I have maybe
I don't think Rodgers would like that, but
I have maybe like a dark horse like conspiracy idea. And this is almost certainly not going to happen. But there's been rumors of Stafford to the Giants. What if Stafford to the Giants, Rodgers to the Rams?
Stafford on the Giants would be lit.
I like Stafford on the Rams. I really do. I would hate to see him.
I like him on the Rams. I want to see somebody like really good playing with Malik.
Yes.
I think that'd be cool. Because he made Drew Lock look amazing. Imagine a good quarterback in there.
Oh, I've got him in I've got neighbors in our dynasty league. I need someone throwing to him. I need someone.
Never mind. New York, never get a quarterback. Never get a quarterback.
I've also got Bowers too. So yeah,
really?
I'd be happy with someone good throwing to him too.
That's a good rookie class. I didn't get any good rookies. I got some good young guys, but no good rookies.
That's fair. It's always next year, buddy.
Yeah.
But
number one fumbler.
What if Rodgers wound up in LA? Could you see that working with Sean McVay and throwing to Puka?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think the Rams want to get rid of Stafford. I don't know. Like, if they're shopping Cooper Kupp, I don't know. Stafford's on his way out. I don't think he's going to ask for a new contract, right?
I think they just extended him a year ago.
So this is probably his last one. You've already got it accounted for. Maybe draft a rookie and see if you can wait Stafford out. I think you could even wait another season before you draft a rookie.
That's fair. Yeah, you might be right. Maybe him going somewhere just to mentor somebody else. I know he's not taking a backup job anywhere. I'm struggling to think of a team where it would be.
He wants to 100% be starting at least for this year. I can guarantee that.
Aaron Rodgers to the Cowboys.
That'd be the most Jerry Jones shit, dude. That really would. Welcome to Jerry World.
Right.
At least you get CeeDee Lamb. I mean, their O-line isn't bad.
Yeah. They just got a big contract with Dak.
Yeah, I know. And who the hell is going to trade for that?
Right.
Nobody.
In other NFL news, Justin Tucker just had 7 more accusers come out against him. He's sitting at a total of 13 now. If I am correct, I still think it is just accusations and there's no criminal or civil proceedings from this yet. So it's just people saying that he did it. But yeah, up to 13. I think all in Baltimore too. So 13 people in one city saying that you're on that bullshit. That's crazy. I know Buck and I talked about this pretty thoroughly, I think, 2 weeks ago. So I don't have too much more to add. You have any thoughts on that?
Well, I know we kind of touched on it right before we started recording here, and it's starting, with 7 more, it kind of becomes like what you said about Deshaun, right? When it gets to a certain number, and I don't know, 13's a lot. I don't know what the number is, where you're kind of like, one of these has to have some validity, you know? Um, Innocent until proven guilty, but that is not a good look. 13 is a lot, you know. And I mean, I know it was over double that. It was 3 times that with Deshaun, but nonetheless, if it smells like shit everywhere you go, it might be you. That's,
Yeah, I mean it doesn't look good. Like yeah, 13 is a lot, and I know that it's what's crazy is the documentedness of like, I think we talked about this before, but like the fact that there was tweets about this like from like 2021 all the way like back of people talking
oh,
about like yeah like I know something about like Tucker or like yeah. You want to talk about the fact that Justin Tucker is banned from so many like massage places like in Baltimore, so there's like a trail of it too. I don't think that looks good, and the fact that it's never been something that's been talked about for so many years and no one's ever like come forth. It doesn't even look like it's like a money grab or anything. It's just the fact of like, hey, I want y'all to know this motherfucker is on bullshit. I think that he's going to wind up out of the Rams or the not the Rams, the Ravens. I don't think that he'll be their kicker next year, which is going to be interesting.
yeah.
It sucks how many people are just on bullshit. That man was a legend as a kicker, and here we
hmm
are.
Highest career percentage. Even with this off year, he still had it.
Yep.
Um, yeah, Travis Kelsey's looking like a hero now, throwing his helmet a couple years ago or last year.
True.
This motherfucker. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's sad. I hope. I mean, thoughts and prayers out to the people, the victims, if you know, obviously if it's proven guilty and all that, but that sucks.
Absolutely. Uh, what do you think about the potential of a Stephen A. Smith presidential run? I feel like he's been teasing this for the last, I mean, ever since the election. He's been going on like Fox News. He's been going on other shows. He keeps talking about it on his podcast. He keeps making jokes like on First Take and stuff. I feel like he's like testing the waters. I feel like it's one of those tweets where it's like, oh yeah, like you say something crazy, and then you're like, I'm just joking, unless,
Right, right.
like he keeps
Yeah, no, that
alluding
is.
to
I
it.
think he's trying to feel the waters on it, see how much traction he gets. I won't be quoted as saying it won't happen because, I mean, look at what Trump did, right? He kind of did that in 2016, like 2014, 15, whatever. Was just like, screw it. I'm, you know, like yeah, he put it out there, and then it actually developed traction, and he was like, screw it, why not? Um, I definitely think if he got enough traction, like he would take it seriously. Like he would do what he thought was best and right for a campaign, and he would, yeah, go all in. You know, I definitely believe that. He seems passionate enough. He seems like not like he wants the power, but just like that he doesn't mind being an authoritative figure or something like that, you know? So, and yeah, I think he thinks he's got good ideas, and he might have some. I'd love to hear them before I'm like, yeah, Stephen A. for president. If they're as ridiculous as his sports takes sometimes, then I definitely won't be. But no, I'm kidding.
I think
Uh,
I think that he just wants to debate. I think that he just wants to be in the presidential debate. I think that he would love the idea of like getting the facts and like tearing up like a candidate on stage. As far as I'm
I think
actually
you're right.
running a country, that kind of okay. So like even with like I know you just had mentioned like Trump being like a having been a celebrity before. At least for whatever it's worth, at least he's like had run businesses before. The Stephen A. Smith shit kind of reminds me of like that Kanye fucking saying about like Lady Gaga, where he was like, "Yeah, like I like some Gaga songs, but what the fuck did she know about Polaroid? What does Stephen A. Smith know about running a country?"
True.
The one thing that I will say is I feel like he is smart enough to know how to surround himself with people that do know things. Like I feel like he listens, he knows like how to like take knowledge from other people. So like he would probably get like a really good like team together to be able to handle stuff. He seems like he's got like I don't want to say good ideas, but he seems like he's some of his views I align with, but I don't know if I don't know if if he would make a good president or not. It seems like this could wind up being the door of like, all right, is the presidency just going to be like a fucking reality TV show? Like we're just going to be getting
Right.
celebrities as our presidents now?
Oh gosh,
That'd be crazy.
that
That'd
would
be crazy.
wild. I don't know if I'm here for that. I want us to get back to a normal election, please. It's been freaking 12 years.
I am.
Um,
I'm curious to see if he actually pulls the trigger on it or not. Like I said, I feel like he's just testing the water. But
yeah,
we'll see.
100%.
We'll see. He does. I think that I don't know. I'm torn between two things too. Of like the idea, he seems so like centrist that people on both sides might give him a chance to at least hear him out. But at the same time, I feel like a large percent of the world already fucking thinks that he's got dumbass sports takes. So why do I want dumb, loud sports take guy running our country?
Right.
So I
Yeah,
guess we'll see.
yeah. We'll see, man. Yeah, I mean, crazier shit's happened. That's for damn sure.
Absolutely, I wouldn't put anything fucking past anything in this
So,
country.
Luka's
at
a
this
Laker.
point.
Anything is possible, bro.
That's true. Um. Okay, one more surprise topic. I just want to get your your opinion on this. I saw a tweet, and I'll give my opinion after you give yours. Saw a tweet the other day. It was from at Hello Carrie Keri. Am I overreacting? I'm mad that I told my man to throw out 2 bags of clothes I don't wear anymore, and he brought back money because he took them to Play-Dohs. I'm mad because I didn't want people picking through my shit. I wanted it in the trash. Thoughts?
I think that's a ridiculous thing to be mad about. Yeah, I think she's overreacting 100%. But did I just mess up? Was this Lexi?
No. You're funny. No. I saw that and I was like, if this tweet isn't rage bait, this has got to be the stupidest or worst person in the world.
Yeah,
Like-
that's ridiculous.
You were like, fuck that. I don't want anyone else to have the chance to wear these. I don't want to donate them. I don't want to make money off of them. I want them gone. To be selfish over clothes that you don't want anymore is nuts.
How does that like gross you out? Like, oh, somewhere in the world, someone's wearing my old blouse.
I don't want
Like-
people picking through my shit. What a fucking narcissist.
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
I'm so important. My shit's got to be just destroyed immediately so no one can have it.
Yeah, my Hollister hoodie matters more than yours.
The fact that, I mean, on one hand, like, she could have just been a decent person and just donated it so someone who fucking was less fortunate could have the chance to have some fucking clothes. And then if you weren't going to do that, at least, I mean, most people, I think, would think that their man's was, hey, you asked me to fucking toss this out. I want the extra step, and I turned this shit into some money. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I don't want the money. I fucking want that shit destroyed. Like, that's ridiculous.
Wild. That's wild, dude. I can't believe people. I mean, I do believe people like that exist, but it's so disappointing.
You think it's rage bait, or you think it's real?
I hope it's rage bait, but it's probably real.
That's fair. Okay. Last thing, gonna do some of the funny posts that I've seen over the last week. We have at Big Business and then _ on Twitter. His suggestion for fixing the fixing All-Star Weekend: put Lotto and Taylor Rooks as judges for All-Star Weekend and see how locked in these NBA players will be.
Oh my gosh.
The way that people
Oh my gosh.
The way that people get in front of Taylor Rooks in interviews and just start lying their asses off is crazy.
That's so funny. I have not seen a compilation. I'll have to look that up. Oh shoot, I got that freaking Marvel Rivals thing playing.
The most of these I think are all just shitting on NBA All-Star Weekend. At Molly Hanahan, it's cool they're letting the NBA guys play a little basketball during the breaks of this Kevin Hart special.
I love it.
That's
like that Kendrick one I had last week.
Right. At W_B_Rick, if I ever again turn on my TV expecting NBA basketball and see Mr. Beast. I'm starting the impeachment process for Adam Silver.
I mean, yeah.
Yep. And then the last one, not even really that funny, but just legit. At Andrew K. Schlecht, what the National Basketball Association doesn't understand about their fans is that they actually like watching basketball.
Amen.
True.
Yeah, I mean, all they had to do is the format wasn't that bad. Like you said, some of them were playing harder than others, sure, but like, yeah, if you just give them a longer game. I mean, if you make that last game, like, I don't know, not to 40 again. Don't make it like 11 minutes or whatever the hell it was. Like, give us something here, man.
Absolutely. I think
Yeah.
they need to turn that up to at least 60.
Yeah, I would agree. It's crazy how quickly they can get to 40, especially when they're not playing defense. But
fast
it's
as
crazy
hell.
how quick they can do it.
Yeah. I mean, incredibly fast, especially with you hitting threes. It's easy. Very last thing, we have an update on our good pal from YouTube that's been ducking us.
Oh yeah.
Yep, at Sean Topley 1304. We have not forgot about you. He responded to me hitting him on YouTube in the comments. Sorry, I'm traveling for work at the moment. Not gonna lie, I didn't think they'd lose. Haha, I'll be home in a couple weeks. This is once again going back to the fact that he said if the Chiefs didn't three-peat, he would come on the podcast and then share his cameo. So we have not forgotten about you. This was 3 days ago. He said that. We're gonna stay on him. Either he is going to come on this podcast, or he is going to curse the Chiefs into the worst sports curse of all time. So we'll see if he stands up or if he keeps running. But
I'm on vacation for a couple weeks. It sounds like he's already ducking, bro.
Yeah, we'll
Just
see.
saying.
I know exactly. He said he was traveling for work. I'm like, all right, you can get on Discord from anywhere. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Whatever, bro.
All right, everybody.
He's the one that's gonna curse his boys, not us.
True. True. Imagine if the Chiefs actually wind up just start like 0-3 next season. He's gonna be sitting there in his house like,
what did I do? Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Another episode of Late Entry Podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Double Dose, joined by my boy Kyle. We will catch you guys next Wednesday with another episode. Peace.